Hey everyone, it's TCG Tacos. It's been a while since I've done a video. Today on Let's Talk About It, we're going to be talking about the new anniversary collection of 2024. Going to be talking about whether this set is worth it for new players, returning players, collectors. Let's get right into it. So as always, we've got the storage space. It's pretty nice box art. The same as the promo. For beginners, have yourself playmat. Two sides, explains the phases if you're new to the game, where everything goes. To the same art as the Nationals map. We have the starter guide here for the beginners. Never played before, this goes over the rules of the game, the basics, and how the majority of the mechanics work. Usually get these in the starter decks and these kind of products. Right, so we're going to take a look at the pre-constructed deck that they gave us first. Let's get 3 copies of Zac. New card has haste. When it attacks, choose an opponent's forward, dull it. And when an active forward opponent controls becomes dull due to your summons or abilities, choose a forward your opponent controls, deal it 5,000. Pretty good. A bit undercosted, it's like 7,000, but if you can build around this, it seems pretty good. It comes with 2 Black Waltz. Most of the Legend reprints in this set are going to come in at 2s, so EV to pick up your Black Mages. Also another Black Mage, so this looks like it's focused on Black Mages. Not alone. 3 copies of Heidegger, 3 copies of Yuk, 3 copies of Quan, 3 copies of Odin, which I know these were probably a little difficult to pick up, so worth picking up for that. 3 Lagunas, Warp 2. When Laguna enters a field, you can choose a character, dull it, and when Laguna enters a field due to Warp, choose a forward, and if it's dull, deal it 8,000. Since we're getting a lot of 8 support next set, may find a place there. Sorely needed reprint of Physalis. 3 copies of Orphan, 3 copies of Black Waltz, 3 copies of Bard, 3 copies of Unalesca, 3 copies of Edward, 2 copies of Alcid, 2 copies of Zeromus, and 3 copies of Aerith. Characters you control can't be returned to their hand by your opponent's summons or abilities, and when she enters the field, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, play 1 backup of 2 cost or less from the cards that are revealed onto the field, and return the other cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. So 3 new cards from this become foil and full art, which is really nice. Your staples from this starter, like you would never play full 3, but that's there. Unalesca sees play, Zeromus, Alcid, then you got Odin's. The rest of this is kind of just fluff, just for the deck. I guess to learn the basics, this might seem good, but we'll go over a little bit what we could play instead, as opposed to this. Alright, now we're going to go into the rest of the contents of the box. We got 2 Axstar, one full art, 1 non. We got 3 Zancan. You can only get these from the Opus 1 starter from Final Fantasy VII. You have Terra. It's been reprinted like several times now, but still. We got Lilty. Badly needed Amaterasu's, even though this came as, store promo. A lot of stores didn't get them, so this is kind of nice for new players who are just getting in. Sandes, Lorquishas, Susanos, also promos, but if you missed out on that, this is a pretty nice reprint. I know that set was hard to get. 3 Vaughn, 3 Black Waltz to go with the other Waltz that you got in the deck, 3 Lunith, and you got 3 Tifas. On the ice side of things, you got Sail, got Laguna, got Ukes, Renoa, Devout, got Laswell's. Most of the ice stuff in this one. It's a little light, but Laswell's are pretty good. I know, even though they're rares, they're about 2 a piece. Could be more, could be wrong about that. And we got some Final Fantasy VIII stuff coming up, so this might start seeing play. When we've got 2 Bismarcks, got Asura reprints again, Nerstalin, the best backup before, Canelo, Chocobos. These were really hard to get. It's really nice seeing them in this box. You got 3 Thief, 3 Fiona, you got Alexander for your cast count, Go Choose, Typhon. These were promos if you missed them. You got Philos, the Danes, and Finas. We've got 2 Ursulas, 2 Robels, 3 Kolkas, Mist Dragon reprints again, quite nice. We got Kusith again. Tyro reprints, also really hard to get. If you went to any of the Materia Cups, you were able to pick up promos of these, but if you missed out, this is your chance to get them. Beastmaster, Monk, Gali, more Monks, Aunt Leonis, Gactor, and Matoy. Lightning side, again, most of it was in the starter deck, so this side is going to look a little light. You got your Stolas, Aldos, Selkies, Alce, and Man in Black. On the water end of things, we've got Leviathan, we've got Lena, Ovelia's, Viking, more Vikings, Merwid, Andoria, Thornton's, kinda nice. Got Clavats, Sarah reprints. Oh, it's a shame they only gave us 2. Got more Vikings, kinda nice. You got the Viking package there. Leviathans, which were, a bit difficult to pick up to do the set. And you got Sarah Mobius. For the anniversary promos that they're giving us, these all come foil. This counts as both while it's on the field. Category anniversary forwards other than Snow and Lightning you control gain haste, and when this forward attacks, choose a character, dull it, and freeze it. And then we move on to the multicolors. We have 2 copies of Locke, 2 copies of Stola, we got 3 copies of Riku, 3 Prish, 3 Wayne, 3 Steiner, 3 Sarah Mobius. And we move on to our light and darks, Princess Sarah and Vieira Finesse. These are really the really needed reprints that we needed, or new cards that you're probably picking this up for, compared to, it's kind of like fluff, but I mean, not all the cards in here are, I'm not going to say that they're useless, they're all pretty good in their own way. Some of them are specific for certain archetypes. I mean, really, what you're buying the product for, I mean, you're getting these new cards, and then new reprints like these are badly needed. You got Odins, which are quite nice and Lightning. You got Alcids. I know those were quite expensive at some time, as well as the Zeromus. They hadn't been reprinted in a while. DC Play. This might see as a one-of, but having a playset is nice for yourself. You got Susanos, even though those were reprinted as promos. You got Axe Stars. Terra is also reprinted, but it's fine. Amaterasu's were also reprinted, but not everyone has access to them. Your Chocobos, your Finas, which I believe is getting a store promo as well. Zidanes. Ulsters were reprinted in the last anniversary box, but if you missed that, it's your chance to pick them up again. The Bismarcks, your Stalins, Alexander for cast count, Tyros, Kusith, Mist Dragons. Why is this in here? I don't know why that's in there. I shouldn't be in there. You got your Robels, Ursulas if we get more monk support, but I mean, just another legendary that kind of hard to get since this came around around the start of COVID. Got a Stola, Man in Black, Leviathans, Lenas, Leviathan Summons, Sarah, Odin. It seems like we're getting knight support, so Velia might be relevant again. You got Locke, and then you have Princess Sarah, though you only really need one. Something that my friend Sergio pointed out, looking at the 2 cards for collectors, if you look very closely here, the year and the all rights reserved is not included on the new cards, as opposed to the original print, where the year and the all rights reserved is showing. So if you're trying to pick up every version of the card, this is a little different than that one. So just a small thing to point out that was pretty interesting. The deck that the anniversary set comes with is already pretty decent as it is, just for a new player to start. I wanted to play something a little more interesting, I suppose. This is what I came up with. We have 1 Salir, the Black Mage. As a play, you could dull something, you can pay the extra 1 for 2 costs to break it, or you pay 3 on entry to deal an active forward 9k. That last one probably won't happen too often, but it's just there. The Black Mage is relevant because we are playing the Black Waltz. We have the Black Waltz, send a mage to pop a 3-drop or less, and then if this breaks, you get to pick up 2 more Black Mages. Even though we are not playing Ice in this deck, we do throw this in here, just because it has synergy with this and another card in the deck. And the last set of the Black Wolves, it is on color, so we could play this if we needed to. We're playing 3 Terras. We're running a lot of summons in this deck, so being able to recur them is pretty good. The ping might be relevant. It's really just for the summon recursion. and it is an EX. You'll notice this deck is a little EX heavy, so part of the reason why we're doing it. Reason why we're trying to do EX heavy is for Axstar. You'll have many options if you do get the EX in the damage zone. The last part of the effective damage tree won't come up too often. It's really other target is just a Celia. We're really just doing it for the first. Another EX card, Vivi. This will allow you to pick up Black Mage from the break zone. It pings for 4k every Black Mage that you have on the field. We're playing 3-man in black. As I mentioned before, we are playing a good number of summons, so this is good also to recur your summons in a sense. Kind of just puts in the pocket and then you can cast it anytime you want. And for our last forward, we're running 2 Susano just in case things get a bit iffy. This is your board clear. It does have haste as well. Dealing 9k and just like removing everything in play may be relevant for some forwards that, do gain effects when it goes into the breaks. Moving on to the summons. 3 Kusith. Not running too many forwards, so this is a good way to get them back. It's also EX. Pretty good burst to get you back in the game. Running 3 Mist Dragons. Probably one of the best summons in the game. Helps you remove cards from your opponent's break zone, counter a summon, or just protect something from from breaking a turn. Speaking of summons in the game, Amaterasu. I mean, why wouldn't you play this? Got reprinted. It's one of the best summons in the game. Could possibly get rid of a forward with AK, and then just like canceling an unenter ability is really relevant. And then for our last summon, we're playing Odin. Really just hoping to hit this off the burst. It might be a bit backbreaking when your opponent least expects it. You can always just like discard it for your lightning, and then just recur it back with mana in black later on in the game. And then on for our backups, we're running 1 Princess Sarah just to help us color fix. 1 Larketius is kind of just removal. No one's really running removal for your backups. You do want to avoid playing this card though if you know your opponent's playing Une. But yeah, this will just remove 1 forward from the game, so they get rid of this. So, there's a cute trick with Susano. If they do have another copy of something that you removed, you can just use the Susano to break it. And then when this triggers, if they have one on board, it won't come out, so that card will permanently stay out. And then if this deals enough damage, it'll remove that, so 2 remove and play instead. 2 Zombie. Since we are playing a good number of EX bursts, most likely the enter ability to take the damage will probably hit an EX burst, which feels really nice. Being able to ping something for 7k seems pretty good. Running 1 Heidegger. Discarding 2 seems pretty hefty, but I mean, if you're discarding one of the Black Mages, there is some synergy with that, and then being able to put something back to searching from the top 5 and adding a forward to the hand might seem relevant later on. 1 Quan, really just a backup that we're throwing in there. The haste ability may become relevant, I guess, early on. Playing Beastmaster. This will find us like another lightning card. We do need the color fix, so it's there for that. 1 Selkie to find us the fire, and then Aldo will find us a lightning forward. Latoya, which has 3 modes, you can grab something back from the break zone, clear the board, or you could remove cards from your opponent's break zone. 1 Zangan, running 2 Tifa in the deck, so it can search you that. It's an EX burst, so there for that. And then for the last card, we're running Tyro. This is another form of color fixing. This gets you any forward in the game. Probably one of the best EX bursts in the game so far. Usually turns the tide when you hit an EX burst. So you can see like we're running 18 EX bursts here, so pretty good like turn for like your opponent not to like attack into you, because it could be severely punished for doing so. I figured it was just something pretty neat to try out like right out of the box. So if you feel like it, sleeve it up, try it out. Especially if like you and another friend are getting together, you like get more cards, you could always add on to it. So at the end of the day, if you're a new player, I would definitely pick this up. You definitely get your value's worth here. This is a really good starting point for anyone who's just jumping into the game. And we are getting some new stuff in the next set, so it is going to be interesting to see where it pans out. I know I've been teaching quite a few people, and they do enjoy the game so far. They would like to get in, but don't really have a starting point, so this is a good entry point. As far as collectors go, I mean, you're getting new cards that haven't been released, So there's always that. For newer players, I know some of these cards were hard to get. They came out during the pandemic, so getting some reprints of these, greatly appreciated. We do have the cards. I mean, you might as well just pass on it. But your extras, you could always just trade to like newer players. But yeah, if you could definitely pick one up at a good value, I highly suggest you get it. It is a great value. Definitely not pass up on this if you do need this. I'd like to thank you for taking the time for watching this episode of Let's Talk About It. I'll see you around next time.